How we doing? Happy Tuesday to everybody. There we go. Hey, good morning, Dave. Good morning, Ed. Good morning. Hey, Julie. Good morning. William, Gold, Jim, Mike, Roger, Fred, Chuck. Good morning to you. Sure is early, isn't it? Sometimes I wonder if this whole time change thing was the smart thing for me. Little tough getting going sometimes. Hey, Bart, good morning. But I love it. All right. Welcome to everybody over in the, I don't know, what would you call it? The social media room. Thank you for being here. Hello, everybody here in the trading room. Remember, today is an open house for Hit and Run Candlesticks, so everybody is invited. And let's try to have a great day, calm day, a profitable day. That's one of my goals today, profitable day. Hey, Sharon, good morning. Okay, let's take a look at this right here, okay? As far as Tuesday goes, we have durable goods coming in here at 8:30, consumer confidence at 10. That might do something to market. I don't suspect very much, but it might do something to the market. Hey, Tommy, how are you? So let's take a look at a few charts. Take the SPY here. SPY is still bullish. And for those that don't know, I have a certain area that I trade in, and it's this area right here. This is what I look for. Basically, what I'm after is I want price to be above the black line. We call that the T line. It's the 8 EMA. And then we want the black line, the 8 EMA, to be above the Trendicator, and that's the dots, whether they're green or they're red. So being bullish, I want them green. I want the dots green, and we want it to look just like that. Price, T-line, Trendicator. I do want the Trendicator in a bullish trend, and that bullish trend, the way I mark that up, here, I'm going to get rid of everything to clean the chart up. And the way I do that is I come down, and it's not always, it's not like it's not on the low. It's right in this area here where I see it go from red to green. I get close to that area right there, but then I take it right up to the last dot right there. And that's how I do a trend, and I want that trend higher. Here's something else that I want is I want the Trendicator here higher than the Trendicator over here. Okay, we'll talk about that today. Where we're Trendicator, I want bullish, but I want it higher than itself over there. But that's one of the things that we'll talk about. So anyway, the SPY is looking pretty bullish here. And it looks like it might. I mean, we're setting up for a possible snap back up, but it requires buyers. So we'll see if those buyers step in there. Okay. Here's the Qs. I wish the Qs did a little bit better yesterday, and you can see that we're down today. This is the 50% retracement. It may or may not hold the Qs here. If the Qs do start to drop, that could put some pressure on the market. We could see a little bit more downside to it. So we'll have to keep our eyes on the Qs there. Hey, good morning, Coach. Good morning, Neil. Good morning, Leslie. How you guys doing? Thanks for being there. Appreciate it. IWM is still looking quite bullish. And once again, let's do this. Okay. So, one of the things that I want is I want the Trendicator higher than the Trendicator over here. And that gives us that trend. And then right here is my trading world. Price above the T-line above the Trendicator. There's my trading world. Like IWM here is set up to what I would consider a perfect 3/8 trap right now. And if it started to show positive trading, that's where I would look to trade on that. What other ones do we have? Diamonds, maybe. Look at the diamonds. Nice 3/8 trap. It's trending up nice. That looks good. Transports. Transports. Yesterday could have been a little better, no doubt about it. But it's not, the price action only becomes a problem if it breaks the trend. That may be an ugly candle, but price remains above the T line. T line remains above the Trendicator. So overall, the trend is still up. So we'll just have to watch what price does. Is price going to continue down and break the trend, or is price just being kind of a jerk yesterday? SMH, look at that. SMH is trying to hold up here, bouncing off the 50. Nice bullish candle. And so far, we're just running a little bit sideways here. So we need a little bit of bullishness in here. Now, everybody knows that Nvidia has earnings tomorrow. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, you know that tomorrow, or yeah, Nvidia has earnings tomorrow, and that could make or break, you know, a little bit of something here. And if Nvidia breaks down, it could drop the market, pull it with it just a little bit. So I guess one has to wonder how many positions you're going to hold over Nvidia's earnings. How much risk do you want to take? That could be a risky situation. Of course, if Nvidia reports good and the market likes it, then hey, that could be a great situation, couldn't it? So I think that's all the market stuff, unless somebody has a question. A couple of charts I want to look at, and the first one is one that we are in. I sold half yesterday, and I'm still holding it. Yesterday, we sold half that RKLB for 43%. I'm still looking for it to move up into this area, and then maybe up into that 53, 54 area under the right circumstances. We're going to need the bulls to step up here a little bit in the overall market to get us up there. So just watching that. So still holding half, and we'll see what happens on that one. All right. So a few stocks that I've got on my watch list is going to be, let's take a look at a few. And then by all means, if you guys have any, whoops, that's too many. There we go. UEC is one of them. And you can see how we're trending here. And that's what I want. I want a nice trend. Nice trend. And by the way, the trend, right through here would have been a nice trend as well. So it doesn't have to be this long. I do like it several days. And I've got a scan that I look for stocks that involves 20 days in here. So 20 days up, and then look for trades. Doesn't mean that you can't take those trades down here, but just for one scan I want 20 days where we've been bullish, and then look for, those pullbacks, those PBOs. And that's just about all I look for, unless we're looking at the pinball setup. And then we're going to talk about that today as well. So anyway, UEC is setting up here. Nice little 3-8 trap right in here. You can see that we've got a little bit of a downtrend to get through. That wouldn't stop me of buying it though. Right in there. So UEC is looking good. The way I would draw targets on this, and we'll be talking about this more today as well. In fact, I don't think I do any targets this morning. Apologize. So the first target to get through is going to be this. Here, let's do this. Right there. And then I'm just going to duplicate that and put it right there. So there's two targets that I'd be looking at for UEC. Third one would be about that 1150 up there. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Vernon, MP, that's actually on my list. Yeah. Just a second. I need to go back to UEC and make sure I flag that. There we go. MP. There we go. Yeah, this is another one on my list. Is MP. Beautiful chart. And you can see the trend. I mean, I love the trend. So, I'm going to go from about this area here and just go to that green dot, just like that. and just lay that line right there on that green dot right there. And you can see that we've kind of bounced off that area. We're sort of bouncing off the Trendicator. God, excuse me. Second. Got a frog in my throat this morning. A scratchy frog at that. So yesterday we had this great candle here pop through the T line right off the Trendicator. In fact, below the Trendicator the previous day. So up we go, and now we've got an inside day. So my first target will be, it's always, this is not always my first target. You see these bunches of lines here where it's kind of darker than the other ones. That's not always my first target. That's more than anything, that's my sweet spot. That's what I love to get to. In this particular case, we're so close to it. What we want to do is go past it and about this $80 range. And to be honest, let's put another one up here. There we go. I'd probably look at something like that myself. So in, between that 80, 85 area. Anyway, I think that's a terrific looking chart. And that's definitely one that we'll be watching today. Okay. Hey, Santana, good morning. Hey, Daryl, William, good morning. Anybody I missed here, good morning. Let's look at ETHA long. Yeah. Here, let's get rid of all this stuff here. See how that trend? Here's the thing. Everybody here has heard the term price is king. Okay. Absolutely believe that myself. Price is king. But price, it's got it needs a lot of things to support it. And one of the most important things to support price is trend. So, there could be an argument made, which is better, trend or price. But if we just use them together and think of them as friends, allies, that might be the best way to go. So always be thinking of trend. And then price is what I'm going to do. So again, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to draw that trend line just like that up to that last dot. So if you look at the trend, I don't care what price does. I don't care how somebody might be pissing and moaning over this candle here and those sort of things. The trend is absolutely bullish. I don't care what any candle's doing. Now, let's come over to the right side because this is where you're trading. Now let's look at the price pattern. Now here's something. If you can't make sense of a price pattern, don't trade it. I don't care if it gets bullish. I don't care if it's bearish. Doesn't matter. In 3 days, if you don't like the price pattern, then don't trade it. In 3 days, if this thing is up here at $50, don't beat yourself up. Only trade what you like and what you understand. So here's a chart pattern that's moving up. We've got a high, we've got a higher low, we've got a higher high, and we have a higher low. That's a nice price pattern right there. That is very, very nice. So now what we want to do is place an entry that is not too risky. You don't want to trade risk. So you've got to ask yourself, well, where are you going to put your stop on this? That's something you got to, and we'll talk about that today. I'm not going to get too much into that right now, but later today we will. Be sure you're watching that. And, your entry can be on a breakout of 35.29 over this candle. And for that matter, it could be a breakout over 36.60 up here. Everybody is looking for a target up higher. Not that that's the target. I just put a line up there. Everybody's looking at that. So it's not from here to here that you're making your money. It's from what it does on the breakout. That's where you're making your money. Anyway, beautiful chart. I love it. We're going to flag that, and we'll keep an eye on that one today. Thank you very much. Lost my place. RGTI. Yes, I'm not in RGTI. Who asked me that? Yeah, Daryl, I'm not. I had to go look. Yeah, I'm not in RGTI. I was somewhere and then I got out of it. Yeah, I'm not in this ouch right here. Yeah, not there. Thank you though. REVVG, is that right? That's a nice bullish chart. And I think actually, yeah, that's on my watch list as well. I've got for some of you, you can see me here. I've got a watch list here. And that was on it. So we'll flag that. See that trend? Beautiful trend. Now let's work on price. So nice chart here. Let's do this. You can see that we've broken out. I got this silly scratch in my throat. So we've got this high here. You can see we've broken out. So now that's the new baseline. For stop, I would probably pull it down a little lot lower, give some room in there. Now this is very tradable to the upside. Nice chart. Thank you. FTI, we'll take a look at that one. I believe we've looked at this one a couple of times. And here's one of the things that I like about it. The gap right here, gap up, and then see how it's pulled back. Excellent looking chart. Nice little 3-8 trap right in here now. So we're going to put that on the watch list today. You guys will see what I'll do with the watch list. Okay, you'll see where I put it, and we can keep an eye on it. TIR, take a look at TIR, TER. I've already marked this one a little bit. This is that 50% retracement. Here we came down to it. We took out our line here. Our next line for target is going to be right there. And we can go one target up and right here. Now we may have to do a little bit of tightening up on these target areas, but for first glances, first looks, those are absolutely perfect, I think. So TIR is looking pretty good. Thank you. MSFT, that's not it. MSFT. Santana is asking, is MSFT ready for a short? Sure looks that way, doesn't it? So this is setting up. Thanks for bringing this one too. This is setting up for a blue ice failure here, failing that 50-period moving average. So right now, I would look for a target toward that 200-period moving average down here. It is setting up. So, man, I didn't even see that one. Thank you very much, Santana. Appreciate it. We'll keep an eye on it. That might be a nice short to the downside. WDC, William, that looks great. I know here in the room, a lot of traders here are in this one. We've looked at it several times. It's one that I was looking at yesterday with a couple others, to buy toward the end of the day. But it looks like it has definitely more upside to trade there. If you're already in it, great. If you're looking to get in it, nice inside day so far, right? Beautiful. Hey, Sharon, you're up 77% in ETHA. ETHA. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. It still looks like it has more upside to it. Way to go. 77%. Yeah. Take a bow. Stand up and take a bow on that. All right. Nice job. Okay. Let's take a look at Oklo. Look at Oklo here. Oklo's coming off the 50-period moving average. We're over the T line, the Trendicator today. I still see that moving up to 85, and then whatever that is, up to about 88 on Oklo. So Oklo will be one that I'm watching. I know there's tons of people in Sophie. Sophie, a lot of people love this chart, and good reason why. It's working out pretty nice. I think it is a little high to be buying it right now, but for those that are in it, congratulations. Just kind of move your stop up a little bit, or just keep an eye on it. You don't want this to totally collapse on you. I suspect a lot of people are in options, and if it does start to fall, what'll happen is the options, when it starts to collapse, the options will just, whatever profits you have, it'll just eat them up really, really quick. This is one reason why I like to take profits on the way up. So you always have something, because it could, if it did collapse a little bit, it could take everything that you've made and it just shrink it down to nothing, and sometimes even down below profits. So just keep an eye on it. Beautiful chart, still working. Congrats to those that are in it. Let's see. Bank of America. Um, One of our members mentioned Bank of America yesterday, kind of near the close here. That's looking really, really well. I think we're setting up nice consolidation here for that next move higher. So, Bank of America is definitely on our watch list. Um, GLW. This is a hot one. It seems like tons of our members like this one, and rightly so. Right now, this morning, I think it's giving an opportunity here. Now, the price has been up one, two, three, four. So I think this is perfect for an inside day, and it's a perfect opportunity. So I see a chart like this, and if you liked it yesterday, you should like it better today because it's giving you that opportunity to get in at a cheaper price. My target's still up here at 69, followed by about 70, 50 up here on GLW. Okay. Take Tiger. A lot of people trading Tiger TIGR. I don't think that's right. TI, let's see. GR, maybe that's it. Yeah. Let me fix this. TIGR. There we go. Tiger's setting up, but I think we need to be a little bit patient on it. Let it pull back. We've had a nice big pop the upside, nice big flagpole up here. Now let's let the flag wave. Let it work. Don't get too excited over it. Just let it work. And then we'll watch for that good buy signal. This would be a great buy. I see some upside potential to that. I mean, if you look at this thing, it was above 14, just under 15. So there's no reason why we can't get back to 15, maybe even up 16, 17, 18, 20 bucks on this. Very possible. But timing is important. So we'll keep an eye on it. And, at the right time, we'll look to buy it. After the market opens and we get settled in, I'll put a couple alerts on there just so it kind of keeps it at the top of the heap. So we keep an eye on it here. So better flag that. Here's one. We bought GoPro yesterday. I'm laughing because it's not something I usually do. But bought some GoPro, and at the close yesterday, we were up 15%. Looks like we're down a little bit today. That's okay. It's not very much. I guess when we closed out yesterday and the hope was, come on, gap up today and make tons of money. Well, today's not over. It doesn't look like it's going to gap up, but today's not over. So we'll see if this runs up. If we get into this $1.90 and cross your fingers, I guess, above $2, I guarantee I'll sell this in a heartbeat. So maybe we can have some fun with it. Let's see, better flag that one. What else have we got here? Oh, mag. Take a look at mag. Whoa, look at that thing. A big old candle in there this morning. Now, when the market opens up, the candle won't look like that. It'll just be up here. You won't get the whole pre-market candle here. But it looks like it's moving higher. Let's get rid of all that. So one thing I'll do to find some kind of target areas, take these lows down here at pivot low, take this pivot high up here, and then just come down to the most recent lows, which I guess we could use that one. There we go. So right now, we're going to put a target there at the 50% retracement, duplicate that. So I'll put one more target in there. Whoops, what did I do? There it is. There we go. So mags is looking pretty good here. Might want to keep an eye on that. All right. STX, we'll take a look at STX. Look at that thing moving. And I have to tell you that one of our members, some of you have heard me, especially members here, have heard me refer to this person as my conscience. And my conscience is in this. And he's been mentioning this for, yesterday, maybe last week, but I think just yesterday. And look at it starting to move up here. So nice. Notice the trend. Notice the trend. Okay. Notice the trend. And that's what we want. We want a very good trend, and then we trade the price pattern. So anyway, nice chart. Nice chart. Let me go down over here. Hey, Vernon, LRCX. Let's take a look. LRCX. Yeah. Here, let's get rid of this. There we go. Little sloppy right there. The 50 period moving average is trending just fine. Here we've bounced off of it. So now we're getting some consolidation. I think that's pretty sharp. So, there's going to be a lot of traders that wait till it gets over that high right there, that 102.60. We're in that 3-8 trap, what I would call a 3-8 trap right now, close to the T line. That's all a 3-8 trap is, and we'll talk about that later today during the open house. But yeah, that one's definitely one we want on our watch list. Take a look at that weekly, and you can see how that trend is. The reason I don't look at 5-minute charts or 15-minute charts is because they get too sloppy. And I think this is a pretty sloppy daily chart. Well, clean it up. Let's go look at a longer time frame. It's the same chart, but it cleans up some crazy price action sometimes. And you can see what the trend is there. I mean, we can go to a 4-day, look at that trend, 3-day, look at that trend, 2-day. Even the 2-day looks better. So anyway, I like that. Let's keep an eye on it. Thank you. Let's see. What time is it? We've got a couple more minutes. Let's look at a couple more here. ACHC. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. This is a rounded bottom almost. This is almost a rounded bottom breakout. This is one of our main topics today that we'll be talking about. And ultimately, in a rounded bottom breakout, the 200 period moving average is the ultimate target. Because the whole setup is all about the 50 period moving average and the 200. So we'll talk about that. But this one is getting there. The T line and Trendicator need to be over the 50. But boy, it sure is looking good right here. And up here to the dotted deuce, which is a modified 200 period moving average, that's 15.5%. That's huge. And, if you're buying an option on it, that's over 30. That's a 40% move, maybe even a 50% move. And before we go here, just in case anyone listening, you don't have to buy options to make money. You really, really don't. So if you don't make options, don't think anyone's trying to push. Make sure you ask about, well, I trade stocks and here's what I'm looking for. Here's a rule of thumb. Any stock that I look at, buy or anything can be traded with stock. Not every stock that we look at can be traded with options, but every option can be traded just with stock. So just because I trade 99.9% directional options. And just because I do that doesn't mean that you can't trade the stock. Here's a stock trade I'm in. I need to go find it. There it is. OSTX. This is a stock trade that I'm in right here. And so it's, stock trades are out there. All right, one last stock, and then we're going to call it a morning. Take a look at Chewy. Look at Chewy here. Coming off the 200 period moving average, back over the 50 period moving average. That's a nice chart. So if somebody is into drawing trend lines, there's your trend line. It broke out. Notice how we went from red to green. That's beautiful, I think. So now we've got the support of a green Trendicator, 50 period moving average. I like that one. Let's look for more upside, okay? Daryl doesn't trade options, and Daryl's a good trader. For those of you that can check out Facebook, Daryl posts a lot of trades on our Facebook page. Thank you very much, Daryl. I owe you. But he posts a lot of trades and interesting charts. I love the way he sets his charts up. So I would urge you, anyone, take a look at it, okay? All right. What can we say here? Let's all meet up back here when the market opens up about 9:30 in the morning, if they still do that. I don't know, unless it changed, right? Let's have a good day. Please ask questions. And thank you, everybody, for being here so doggone early for the pre-market. All right. You guys all take care. See you when the market opens up. Remember, the trading room is open, so anybody can join in. We'll see you guys when the market opens. Take care.